Hey sister, it's Jalen, Thunder's Prophet, the Hip Hop Oracle coming at you. If you are watching this, you received envelope number 5. And I'm going to tell you what everything inside means, okay? You ready? Let's go. So first things first, let's talk about these earrings. These are, actually these are from my aunt. I'm sure pretty awesome. I don't know why I give them up, but everyone likes gifts. So first thing I want to bring up is they're brass. They're vintage, actually. They're probably from the 80s. We have pearls. When you think of pearl, I think of the girl with the pearl earring. Look into that. Might be some messages in there for you. But also brass. Brass deals with one of my favorite deities, Oshun. And she deals with Sweetwater, creativity and fertility, and all those wonderful things. And next we have... I'm sorry, excuse me. Next we have this Pretty Bird button, which is an initiative that I'm starting, Pretty Bird Foundation, which caters to young females and boys as well, to help them pursue their goals and dreams through arts and creativity and wellness as well. So we have that. So let's get into this reading. First things first. You pick envelope number 5. What number 5 represents? 5 represents change, promotion, passion. Fire comes to my mind when I think of 5 as well. Excuse me, I'm trying to play something for y'all. I just want you to know that I'm recording this live and direct on Facebook Live, so it's going to be raw, unfiltered, how I normally do my readings on here, raw and unfiltered, bloopers and all. But, yeah, so we're already into this. The first card I do want to point out is Jophiel. Jophiel is feminine energy. Jophiel deals with... Jophiel's name means beauty of God. It's also representative of Libra, which we have the Libra sign, which is air, communication. Blue to me represents air and communication because of the throat chakra. We use our throat to speak, so Jophiel is helping us with that as well. Also holding a lantern, which is giving us a light. It's shining a light. So Jophiel is guiding this reading right now. And also is we have an Ankh. It's not in the tradition, or I would say the traditional shape of an Ankh, but an Ankh is known as the key of life. It comes from ancient Egypt, so maybe you may have felt like you have a past life in Egypt, or you may have been to Egypt. Egypt is playing a role in this reading today. Jophiel also... I'm getting feminine energy as well, being the queen, the bright morning star, which is also Venus. So obviously Venus is playing a role, hence Oshun, because Oshun is another version of Venus. Also, if we're going to speak about Egypt, Isis is a version of Venus and Oshun as well. So you could look up those deities and find out how they are resonating and speaking to you. Yes, because they're talking to you right now. And female energy is also water energy, so it's dealing with our emotions or how we feel. So it's our tapping into our emotions and then and being true about how we feel about things in our life. So the next card I'm going to go to is our drink card, which is Thirsty Thursday. So this is a drink you could try when you go out, but also I read all kinds of things. I read jewelry, I read cards, messages come to me. The guys just say stuff and I just relate the messages back out. So the main ingredient in this is raspberry vodka. Raspberries are good. They're full of antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. They're very good for your health. They're good for skin. They help regulate the menstrual cycle, even if you're going through menopause. It's good for all of those things as well. And then the numerology for this card is a number 7. So this has to do with divinity, spiritual gifts, spiritual awakening, tapping into your psychic ability. We all have some type of psychic ability. Sometimes we know things and we don't know why. That's part of being a woman as well. So it's tapping into that intuitive nature and letting things flow free. So one of the things that popped out to me when I first picked up this card was Arizona. Arizona is cold. Arizona is cold. I'm looking at this cold drink. Talk about Arizona is cold. Arizona is hot. It's warm. Maybe a trip to Arizona. Maybe you know someone in Phoenix. I don't even know why Phoenix came up. You know why Phoenix came up? Isis is also attributed to Phoenix, the rising from the ashes. There you go, blazing anew. As summertime approaches, it's time for us to rise anew. Let the ashes of spring and winter fall away. Let the sun hit us so they burn off all the oldness, so we become new. Oh, and this drink is frozen. Maybe I should have read that. That's just my intuition kicking in because the drink looks cold. But yes, the raspberries are frozen. So that's where the cold, like, where's cold in Arizona come from? But that's where it comes from. See, the divine speaks without me even like being 100% tuned into the card, because I'm tapped into the Most High right now. And the next card we have is the Gentleman, which is the One. Also known, or not the Gentleman, excuse me, the Rider, also known as the Cavalier. If you notice in the background, I have a song called Ride or Die Chick playing by the Lox, because we have to be a ride or die chick for ourselves. We got to ride for ourselves, but also when we get into a partnership, we have to be evenly yoked with that individual. We have to ride or die for that individual, because if we ain't willing to die for him, then we got to ride on out on our horse and keep it pushing. Other things that deal with the Rider or the Cavalier, if you're a Cavaliers fan, it was sad, right? Did you want them to win? Maybe you're a Warriors fan, but either way, the Cavs is still a great team, without a doubt. But continuing on, I'm a basketball fan, so I have to throw basketball in there. But the Cavalier deals with pride, transportation. So moving forward or moving past the situation, I don't want to speak negativity, so I'm not going to say anything about car problems. Maybe a new car is in order though, or a new means of transportation. Also, it's about taking control, seizing the reins, taking control of the situation. Because as we have here, Jophiel does speak on that about it's about beauty, letting our beauty within ourselves reign. And also our voices of transportation. I'm just tuning in right now because air is transportation. Again, that blue and that green is in there, symbolizing love. Even with our love situations, we should love. We should not close ourselves off from love. We should love wholeheartedly, but learn from each relationship and situation we are so we can move forward. So is you all in or no? Are you half loving or no? You know? As far as happiness, maybe it is time to move on to another situation. It could deal with career or finance, but taking the next step to go beyond what was, moving on to better pastures, you know. Also on a money tip, if you're following your intuition and trusting yourself, you're on the right track. You know, you are on your noble steed, and you know you're riding. And when I think of noble steed, it reminds me of Shrek. I think of the donkey. Like, he's an ass, but he was a smart ass. He knew what he was talking about, and he didn't. Even when Shrek was being the ass to him, he still was positive and kept his path, and he didn't care what other people say. He was proud in being a noble steed of a donkey. So we may have been a donkey before, but now we are a noble steed, and it's time for us to take those reins. And that's the number one. One is about beginnings, creating our realities, newness. So if we add all those numbers together, we get a 4. So 4 is about foundations, building foundations, duality, balance, a happy home life. So maybe we have to move away from negativity, negative home life to create a happy home life, or it's about working together cohesively in a partnership to have a happier home life. So that's all I have for you today. If you want a more in-depth reading, because this was light work, but if you want a more in-depth reading, you could book one with me. Thank you for taking the time to see what messages the universe has had for you. As you go in your day, just remember to vibrate 1,000. They say 1,000 is the highest vibration of love, so vibrate that and stay there. You are the star player of your life. No one can outshine you because you shine on your own. Also, since I do like basketball and I brought that up, you are the point guard. You are the one running the plays. You are the one steering the show. Hence, the rider. So it's up to you. Are you going to be a ride or die chick? Are you going to ride and die for yourself, for love, for the interests of your life? Or are you going to die to it? I say you should ride for the things that you love, not die to them. So, I'm outie. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I had to do some funny stuff right now. Did I tell you I was recording live on Facebook? Yeah. So, I'll leave a link for my Facebook so you can follow me there as well. Also, my card is my Instagram, so you can follow me there as well. And, just tune in. Whenever you want some messages, I do random open readings all the time. So, just have a great day. Remember to vibrate 1,000. You are a star. You are a star. You are the star of your life. This is your movie. You are the leading actress, excuse me. Everyone else is a supporting cast. So you can cut some people out if you want. If they're not making your story beautiful, they gotta go. All right. Be good, y'all.